Test. It's Andy.
It's just me.
Hello, Andy. Let me put my phone up. Make sure my volume is on. All right.
I think I broke it.
Gotta have my Miles Garrett.
His name is Miles.
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 There's a Who song. I can see for miles and miles. That was a Who song. Okay. What's happening? I'm Gary Hardy.
I'm Andrew.
And we are with Brunner's Lawn and Services, coming to you with this week's Brunner's Bits. How dare you smash my Miles Garrett?
I was making him dance.
Do, 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 do. Almost looks real. So, today is we're going to go over our typical current events, but the big topic of the day is we're going to talk about and show some pictures of critters that we encounter in the field and that Andy and I have encountered over our last 15 years. I've got some stories of the graveyard and some poofs.
Yeah, that happens, unfortunately, in spring.
We found all kinds of stuff.
Well, the safeguard days, you found all kinds of interesting critters in houses and attics.
Fish in bathtubs, and like all kinds of weird stuff.
Yep. Attics full of many, many angry raccoons.
So how's your week been, Andy?
Horrible. I'm going to get my gut scanned in a few hours.
We're both breaking.
I want to know if it's my liver or my gallbladder or whatever.
I hope it's just your gallbladder because that can be evicted.
Yeah, no, that's more than
your liver. I'll give you a quarter of mine, and it'll grow like a camel, like what is it? Geckos, their arms, their legs,
their tails,
come back.
Yeah.
So
I think something like that. It's something like if you have like a quarter-sized piece of your liver, it will regrow.
No, a lot of your liver is one of the few organs in your body that will regrow parts of it. It obviously it doesn't grow into some like brand new healthy liver, but it will recreate itself.
My favorite 4-letter word doesn't affect my gut at all, but if I eat foodstuffs, it makes it really painful.
Well, if it's your liver, your favorite 4-letter word would be something that you won't be able to do anymore.
No, that's fine.
But there's other things.
I quit smoking cigarettes. That's easy. Cigarettes was way harder.
You know, cigarettes were hard to quit, but when you really don't want to smoke anymore, it became easy. So I had COVID. I think it was 21 into 20, something like that. I think it was the end of 20. And I just never picked them up again.
When you're sick and you're on the floor trying not to die for 2 weeks, it makes it easy.
I just never picked them up again. I think I hit one cigarette after I quit and was like, ugh. Yeah, I'm not powering through this. That's gross. I'll take this as my shot.
I knew after my birthday that year when I went out with Misty and Tyler and I woke up in the morning, like, did I smoke? I don't think I smoked. And Tyler's like, no, but you tried to beat me up. I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, you don't drink like that anymore.
No. It was my birthday.
I remember times me, you, and Josh, when we were young and it was just us running working in the company and whatnot. We went to the sports bar. We were playing ping pong, taking shots, and looked over and you were gone. And you walked back to Moraine. You just disappeared.
When my brain says it's time to go home now, I'm just autopilot.
But now in our older years, we don't go out like that anymore. I don't even drink anymore.
I was in bed at 8:30 last night.
I didn't go to bed till 10, but I didn't do my morning 5-mile walk today. I slept until 6. It's pretty sad that 6 is sleeping in.
I went to bed early because I had vegan sushi from Kroger's that Evelyn picked out and decided she didn't want. I'm like, I'll eat it. And it didn't mess my stomach up. So I was like, my stomach feels great. I'm going to sleep.
So you're going to start eating vegan sushi?
No. I mean, it wasn't bad. You know, I like
it's just
sushi.
the veggies.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I'd like rice cheese. Is vegan, isn't it? As long as
I guess, depending on how it's
as
cooked,
long as it's not. Isn't there a thing called milk rice?
I don't know.
Like rice pudding, I guess is. But
kind of like weird grits.
Yeah,
I like grits.
All right, let's jump into it.
Tangent.
Well, hold on. Let me put our face back up. We got to go on tangents because last week we didn't go on any tangents and we were done in like 15 minutes.
Well,
that was the quickest show that I think we've ever had. Now, with that being said, I got distracted. I don't even think I told you about it. I got distracted and was requested to be at my church for the bishops.
Yeah.
And I looked in,
Go,
like,
go, go,
I was
go.
like, all right, let's just move this along. But I didn't want to seem like I was moving it along. So
And I had stuff to do that.
yeah, you had stuff to do too. So it's all right, I guess, to have a short one sometimes.
There you go.
But all right, so our current events. Middletown, Ohio was attacked by cyber people, whatever that is. Cyber rats. I think it was like early this week into last week, something like that. I didn't
hear about it.
It completely shut down. Here, look on your phone while we're talking. Middletown cyber attacks. But from what I read, it completely shut down pretty much the entire government infrastructure of Middletown. Andy's looking it up just so that we have accurate info.
Cybersecurity tech, yeah.
And kind of like, what was it, like a month ago, 2 months ago, Kettering Hospital got cyber attacked.
That was one of those hostage, like where they
whoever cyber attacked them has all of our information because Kettering didn't cave. So they have everybody that's ever been to Kettering Hospital's information.
You have mine, ain't worth nothing.
But from what I read, the only thing that didn't get shut down in Middletown was their public safety. And even that, I think, was probably affected, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, at least if whoever hacked that didn't, mess that up for everybody.
Yeah, but I don't know the details but I tell you this much, there's the chances of that happening are much greater nowadays.
I'd be like, it's broken. I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know how to fix
Fonzie
it.
technique. Smack it. If it doesn't work again, it's dead.
Well, here's the secret. Don't open up emails that you don't know where they came from. Because, I get DocuSign emails all the time.
Really?
Like, hey, you forgot to do your DocuSign on this. And I'm looking, I'm like, I'm not opening that because I have nothing to DocuSign.
Yeah.
I know when I have to DocuSign something.
Right.
Because I usually had a phone meeting or a Zoom meeting with somebody.
An attorney or
like the only things I think I've ever had to DocuSign, like I did for our health insurance stuff that goes into effect in October. I did for our trucks.
Mm-hmm.
The bank won't even let you DocuSign for bank documents because they got to notarize them.
Accountant.
Or I don't DocuSign for the accountant.
No.
At least I don't think I did.
I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Maybe I did. Maybe I did for the accountant. So, but
I was a slacker, so I just scanned everything and sent it to him.
Well,
once again, I'm not worried.
I'm glad you said that because I think I owe like $700 for your taxes.
Damn.
Yeah, we may be switching.
Well,
I paid $6K this year to the accountant.
Lots of issues that screwed you over and personally.
Yeah. So I just didn't. I wanted to get through this year's cycle, and then I'm probably going to shop around possibly. But we'll see. But yeah, cyber attacks are very, very prevalent nowadays. So we got to be very careful. Don't open up emails. I don't think
that really even matters. I got a buddy that had something strawberry pie or something he called it. I can't remember. It sounded like food, but he was able to look at my phone's IP address and he's like, I could mess with your phone right here. I'm like, I don't like you anymore. Get away from me.
I'm sure Josh's brother Chris could do that kind of stuff. Or my cousin Michael.
Yeah,
they're pretty much. Well, that's what happens when you don't play sports and you sit at home and do computers. Like when you were a kid, you played sports.
I played football, but then I had all that ankle problem. So I was a Boy Scout.
And you did art. You were an art guy. Yeah. Me, I played sports and did other things I probably shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And I worked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like in high school, I had nearly a full-time job. Like I would work 25, 30 hours a week during the week after wrestling practice, and then another 5 hours or so because I would work 30 hours a week easy, plus go to school. And then in the summers, I never got to hang out with my friends after my sophomore year because I worked 40-hour days. 40-hour days, 40-hour weeks. So, but yeah, be careful, be cautious. Cyber attacks are out there. They hit the city of Middletown. It can hit you too.
All right.
Here's a big thing. It's a big story in the city of Dayton right now. I guess earlier this year, the state of Ohio passed a law saying that city public schools have to start providing transportation for charter schools and STEM schools, and they're not allowed to use public transit or transfer buses or things like that, which I get it. There's a safety thing there,
I rode the RTA all through high school.
Dayton doesn't have the money
No, I know.
for school buses.
I had to pay for my bus passes.
Well, the city of Dayton, the school district's buying the bus passes for all the students.
Heck yeah.
So the state, it almost feels like the state targeted the city of Dayton. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to stamp
who did we make mad
for certain on it, but it seemed almost unfair that the only school in the entire state that uses public transit gets a law made about. I could understand like Columbus, Cleveland, all the big cities were using public transit. Like, no, you guys need to start using school buses,
right,
and that sort of stuff. But
I had some interesting experiences over the years.
Oh, I'm
riding
sure.
the RTA as a teenager.
I'm sure. And I don't think it's the safest
No,
for
that's
children.
no-
But
Granted, the bus stop I used to sit at is now long gone, and that's wasn't the greatest.
But if you don't want the kids to use public transit and the school doesn't have money, then maybe use some of that lottery money that they say that they're going to use for stuff.
Right.
Maybe use some of that weed tax money
Hey,
that they're
there we
using
go.
for stuff and like give the city of Dayton some school buses. I mean, we're trying to
Make 'em
make
green.
Dayton not such a crime influenced, infested city. Why doesn't the state help out a little bit? Because I'll be honest with you, I love Dayton. I really do. Feel perfectly safe walking in some of the worst parts of Dayton.
Yeah.
I mean,
Most of the time,
I'm not going to
you
do it
have
at
more-
midnight.
You have more problems anywhere else than some of those neighborhoods.
Yeah. All I got to do is just put on a yarmulke and say I'm of Jewish heritage, and then I'm left alone, man. But no, city of Dayton's a special place. It's an old place. Fortunately, the state did give a temporary hold on it so that the city could still use the RTA until they figure something out.
Right.
But where's the money going to come from? Because I'll tell you what, you can't afford any more taxes.
Nope. Please no.
And if you can't afford taxes, you're the highest paid person on your block, probably.
Probably.
If you can't afford taxes, what makes people think that those that can barely put food on their kids' table are going to be able to afford taxes? And then on top of it, most of them are renters, so they're not paying the taxes anyway. So it goes to their landlord,
Which then
and then the landlord uses that as a reason to increase. Well, all right, taxes went up 10%. We're going to raise rent 15. So it's a vicious cycle of unfair and uncertainty for the students in Dayton. So here's something that's really near and dear to my heart. Folks, my cousin's missing.
Old Win Day.
This really sucks. He was the best man of my wedding. We got a little bit estranged. Notice I'm talking with this picture up because if you have seen this dude right here, dead or alive, let us know, because my poor aunt, she's in her 60s and she doesn't deserve this. She doesn't know if her son's alive, if he's dead.
Right. In hospital?
He's not in the hospital. He's not in the morgue, and he's not in jail. Missing persons has been placed. He had a situation happen that caused him some severe distress. I believe what was going to be his soon-to-be wife left him for her ex-husband. And this happened a while ago, too.
A month or two ago, I think.
But it affected him so negatively that he literally spoke to all of us on August 6th, and nobody has spoke to him since.
Maybe he went to Reno.
He doesn't have money. I mean, I'm not going to throw it past him that he didn't just say, you know what? I've made all these mistakes in my life. Screw it. I'm out of here. I'm starting over.
Yeah.
Or, unfortunately, the worst of it, found in a ditch somewhere as bones 5 years from now. I hope that's not what happens.
Right.
But I can tell you what, I did a little studying, realized there's over 21,000 people in just Ohio
Missing?
that goes missing. Of that, like 16 to 17,000 of them are kids.
Oh, yeah.
How awful is that?
Get cameras. Watch your kids. And a loud dog.
Loud dog, watch your kids, but not to the point to where you don't let your kids be kids.
Oh.
It's okay to watch your kids from afar so that they can play and have some freedom, because we had freedom. But like for you, though, I didn't live in Belmont.
Right.
Although my grandmother, Susie's grandmother, my sister, She lived over on Cortland, and that's not far from where you are. And we just ran the street playing. Now, granted, we had to check in every 20 minutes or so.
I'm on the alley, so and like my side yard is the alley, so the people fly up and down there.
Yeah, you got to be careful, not of your kids getting taken, but if your kids get hit by a car.
I'm gonna build my own speed bump, whether my neighbors like it or not.
I don't know if I don't think that's illegal. I tell you what, I tell you what's not illegal is putting a big sign saying my kids live here. Please slow down.
My neighbor across the street has made multiple signs. So
it's pretty awful that people do that. But nonetheless, folks, if you see my cousin,
indeed,
his name is Dwayne Short. He lives over on Amherst off of Salem. I believe that's closer to Trotwood. Dude, if you see him, just shoot a message and say, hey, I saw him walking around. That's all I care. You don't have to tell him to call his family as much as I would love for him to. Heck, he doesn't even have to call me. He can call his mom. But if you see him,
or his kids,
that's the thing that is throwing people off. Even in his worst days, he always texted his son Caleb and let him know he was okay.
There you go.
So folks, if you see him, say something. All right, so let's jump into our show. Critters that we encounter at the office.
Not necessarily at the office.
I call it at the office, but it's in the field.
Occasionally, we've had snakes in here, mice, that kind of thing. Birds that wander in.
Dude, we have Jerry that runs around everywhere through here. And Aisha wants to get a Tom.
Yeah.
She's over.
Hey, we had that one dog that wandered in that I swore was Cooper. I thought it was Josh's dog, and he was walking around me petting him. I was like, wait, you're not Cooper. Where did you come from? He was the neighbor's like a block down. And he come walking in like, you see my dog? Like, yeah, right here.
Big Remember German when Shepherd. Libby would bring in some of those dogs? That Frankie was a good dog.
That white pit bull?
Yeah, pretty
cute, buddy.
But I like.
Then we had the ferrets.
The ferrets
that stank.
M&M.
Yeah, and then Jake would put them in his mouth.
Yeah, everybody thought it was a great idea, and not everybody. Sydney, Jacob, myself thought it was a great idea, and that I was going to get help taking care of them. Yeah, I got no help taking care of them, and they stunk.
That damn cage multiple times.
You did, but it stunk.
It did.
It stunk. Like after a day of washing it, it stunk.
They're weasels.
And they're not meant to be in a cage like that.
No.
And they wouldn't use their litter box.
They're stupid.
Well, they say that that's what they use is a litter box. Well, not them. So anyway, here's a critter that we see regularly. And all of these pictures were taken this year. So these are just this year's. They seem to find a lot of toads over by like Pinehurst and Greenbrier and some of those.
Waterstone area. There's a lot of turtles.
So tell me, what's the difference between a toad and a frog?
Water and not water.
Yeah. Toads don't need water and frogs do.
Right.
And toads have big old warts, and I don't believe frogs do.
Smooth versus bumpy.
Don't
lick the toads.
Now toads can go in the water, but they can't just stay in the water like frogs do. Frogs can breathe underwater, swim underwater. Are toads tadpoles too as babies? Are they? Everything's the same until they become bigger. I am not a biologist, so don't quote me on that. So
tell me if I'm wrong.
But we get toads.
Yep.
And then of course we get baby rabbits.
Lots of those.
Especially over at Zion Cemetery. I've unfortunately ran over rabbits, and I will tell you, if you love animals, that's one of the saddest things that you do because you just see the fur come out and you're like,
mist.
You're like, oh, I just ran over a nest. And we'll show you what a nest looks like that we run into here in a little bit.
Not ran over, but
drove over. So what happens is they're buried. They're in their nest by like a tombstone.
Yeah.
But
the sound of the mower scares them. They go, oh crap.
Well, there's that. And then also the up force from the mower blades. Some of those rabbits, when they're real little bitty, it just sucks them right up like a wind tunnel. And it's really sad. Fortunately, we have a company that does our best to like watch out for that stuff. The last thing we want to do is hurt nature. And the last thing Larry wants to do is scrape that deck.
Mm-hmm.
So we get little rabbits, itty bitty rabbits.
which they need to stay away from me. I am allergic.
Now, is that a spider or is that a tick?
That's a spider.
We see lots of spiders.
I think is an orb weaver.
The thing about spiders that suck is you may not realize that you're going to go right through a spider as you go by a tree.
Oh yeah,
they'll connect their webs from tree to tree to tree, and as you go through, all of a sudden you feel little spider webs in your nose and your
just
ears,
all over your face, and you try not to wreck into the tree.
It's awful. Spiders are almost more dangerous than the other critters because they have little traps set for you.
And if you're not fond of them, like Josh.
Josh cries.
I don't think I've ever seen him cry.
Oh no, he screams like a little girl. Well, he used to. I don't know if he still does. When in his younger years, he would squeal like a little pig if he saw me. Snakes. Nope, not interested.
Oh yeah.
No, you'll see. I have no pictures of snakes on here.
Oh, okay. Well, then we find snakes. I watched him.
We find lots of
like
snakes
levitate over a pile of debris.
Yeah.
Patio.
I don't have a picture of some of the other insects that we found, but the praying mantises, the guys find those a lot. Ticks, they find those on their bodies. Yep. Ticks are awful. So when you're out in the woods, check your body. I think ticks are allergic to me because I've never had one on me in my entire life. And I was in the Army in the woods, never got ticks on me. So they must be allergic to me.
There you go.
But lots of ticks, lots of spiders, crickets, grasshoppers. What's
caterpillars?
A lot of those, and then now you're getting those the black spot moth caterpillars that are in the trees. They're
hyphanthrium moths.
Is that what they're called? Hyphanthrium.
I just think of it because of high pantry. Yeah, but that's their web worms you're seeing on trees,
and they're not hurting the trees
as long as they're not covering the entire tree. A little bag of them is not bad. Whack it with a broom or a rake; they'll fall out, and the birds will clean up the mess.
I never thought of that.
They're caterpillars,
and that's another thing we don't have any picture of is the hawks and the eagles that we see around here because we see a lot of bald eagles.
We watched a hawk murder at one of our properties, 3-on-1, and he lost, and I got some feathers.
The hawk got killed.
Three of them, 2-on-1. Yeah. Ryan brought me an entire wing.
Here's what a baby rabbit nest looks like.
Yep.
And you will find those next to tombstones, next to trees, next to foundations, in the middle of a field.
Yeah. Like if it's an unmowed field for a couple of weeks, you're going to find them.
And they'll find little divots in the turf and they'll just lay there and make love and have babies. We get a lot of rabbits. What else do I have? I have, if you would like a company that actually cares about nature to take care of your landscape, grounds maintenance, give Brunner's Lawn and Services a call at 937-681-4859 or visit our website at brunnersltd.com or leave a comment below, which never happens. But at this moment, use the comment below if you see my cousin. There you go, please. All right. Larry says, shall we continue? Deer. Lots of deer.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of deer.
We have a property that 2 of the residents paid for us to clear out a section of the tree line so that the mama deer could bring their baby deers. And as soon as we got done clearing the area out, here they came and sat down.
I did not realize until I got older how many how many deer are actually in municipalities.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we build buildings and we displace them, they have nowhere else to go. So they just find homes here.
Go down Dorothy Lane first thing in the morning near the golf course in your community, and they're everywhere out there.
I get coyotes by my house. You'll see them just strolling down the middle of the street.
Yep. When I lived over here in Moraine, back there by the Splash Moraine area there, they had coyotes. You could hear how yipping and hollering in the fields at night.
Yep, they just stroll down the street. I've seen them in front of Farmers and Merchants Bank over by West Carrollton High School, just out in the middle of the street. They look like German Shepherds almost at first until you get close, and then you see their mangy fur and whatnot, and they're just ugly.
When we got over there in the dry pond there at Domtar, they've got coyotes and something that looks like it got bred with a German Shepherd and a coyote because it's way darker than it should be, and it's big, but it's hanging out with the rest of them.
It's a werewolf.
I don't know.
It's Ed.
I watched him dragging
Ed at midnight.
A whole goose and just dragging the goose off into the pond. Like, okay, well, there you go.
So we get deer.
Cicadas.
And it is cicada season, which
thankfully we're not into the brood that makes them like crazy.
And cicadas are pretty much like a locust. I think they're because you'll see the shell of them on like your porch. Mm-hmm. There's regular locusts, there's cicadas, and there's unlimited breeds of cicadas. They're not going to hurt you. That's that loud noise that you hear in the middle of the night in the trees.
Really angry cricket.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt you. You'll see them on your doors.
When it's the big 17-year brood, I mean, they're attracted to our equipment. So something about the vibration of the hedge trimmers and the weed eaters, they were covering. Like Tyler has photos of being just decimated with the things. And then Trinity bought a bee suit that she was going to wear around to keep them off of her.
Well, that was and that wasn't even the bad year.
No, that was the 17-year big brood.
Was that 2020?
Mm-hmm.
So, but they don't bother me none. They
bother me when they thwack in the side of your head.
Well, they can be a safety hazard while you're driving.
Mm-hmm. Big splat.
I was riding my motorcycle to Pennsylvania that year, and that was a tough year with cicadas punching me in the face. I ended up having to get a windshield.
I bought a tennis racket and put piano wire in it.
You're a dork.
That was a great phone call to music stores wondering what gauge piano wire. I was like, oh, hold on, I got to get my buddy to hear this.
So yeah, lots of critters we encounter. We encounter cicadas, deer, rabbits, spiders, more rabbits, and toads.
I found a frog this year in the middle of 35. Old 35. I pulled over.
Did you pick it up, cut it off, and make frog legs?
No,
frog legs are good.
Turtle. I found a turtle.
You said frog.
Oh, I meant to say turtle. Yeah, I found a turtle on 35 trying to cross the road. I took him over to the animal hospital over here, and they're like, yeah, he looks fine. Go dump him in a pond or something. So I took him over here where they do the rowing. Dropped him off.
Okay.
Found another one, red-eared slider trying to cross 741 up by do-it-yourself.
There's a lot of red-eared sliders in the river over there. Shannon's brother used to go into the river and just collect them.
Mm-hmm.
He'd just go down just because when he was a kid, I guess, and just go through and just get turtles, bring them home, put them in his aquarium. He also had alligators, ball python, corn snakes. He used to trap rabbit, freeze them, and then feed them.
There you go.
So
hey, save money.
Yeah. All right, folks. So we're going to call it quits. We will not be here next week. It's Labor Day weekend. I'm going out of town. So Andy gets a little break. But anyways, typically we're on Thursdays at 10 a.m. So check us out for any info that you want to learn about critters or missing persons or
things we encounter.
Cyber attacks, whatever we encounter. So, hey, we completely appreciate you. There's the music. Just makes me want to dance. All right, folks. Thank you much. Have a great day. Have a great life. And what matters, Andy?
Satisfaction.
Yeah. We're out.